justice for God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Nancy, can you do the four-way pack?
I would be happy to. Thank you. The four-way shift in our with others. Personal accountability, with courage and truth. First,
I'll have the courage to tell the whole truth. I will be kind in the way I tell it. I will be fair and not seek selfish advantage. I will have an open heart and an open mind.
Jack Lucas is not here yet again, so I will do the invocation. Please bow your heads. Dear Lord, thank you for allowing us all to get together on this day, and thank you for this rain because it's been very dry. And please help us to have a great meeting and have some great fellowship along the way and enjoy this great meal together. Amen.
Great.
Please be seated.
I think it's Nancy. I think it's Nancy. You don't get out jeans back. Oh, okay.
All right, let's introduce our guests. Let's start back there. Linda, can you introduce the guests at your table?
I would like to introduce you to friends of mine, fellow realtors. Here is our speakers today, Maureen Brand and Sue Gould.
Wes, how about the guests at your table?
Rotary using our club page on the High Club in James House.
Tom?
Taking over for Tom. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce a former Rotarian in our club who is with Colonial Life, Marie Gildersleeve.
Yes, I would like to welcome our Rotarian. It's immediate past president of Aurora Rotary Club, George Post.
We'll have some announcements. Nancy?
I know. Well, in case there's some confusion, I guess some people aren't sure where we're supposed to go tomorrow. And it's the Prairie Center, where it's the Village Hall where September Fest is. And we're hoping for no rain, but if it does, they have a rain policy. They can hold 400 people inside. But they will make that decision at 5:30 if it rains. And you have to be in line, first come, first serve, to get a ticket to get inside. And you cannot bring your coolers, your chairs. You have to run those back to your car or leave them out in the rain. So hope to see you all, and I'm sure it's not going to rain.
All right.
All right, happy dollars. Who's happy? Phil Kelly.
I have $3 happy because I just learned that a dear old friend of mine that I just saw maybe 4 years ago has since been remarried for having 3 wonderful years of happily married life here, Maria Pence.
Bruce.
I have 20 happy dollars. Linda's birthday was the 5th of July. And many of you know, we see a lot of music, and that doubles when it's their birthday. So we went to Fitzgerald's and saw the American Music Festival on the 3rd and 4th of July, and that was wonderful. We came back from it, and during the night, remember we had that big storm come through? A 40-year-old locust, this thing was about 60, 70 feet tall, got hit by lightning and knocked one of the branches off. So one end of this 60, 70-foot branch was leaning up against the stump it used to be attached to. And the other was pretty much dead center of this top south part of the roof of our house, right above the house. And so that was cool. And then later on, I started feeling like I had the flu. And just fast forwarded as much as possible. After a couple of negative COVID tests, I did have, I was tested positive. And Linda was 12 hours behind me because the concert that we went to turned out to be a super spreader. So, now why am I $20 happy? Well, the tree got taken care of by our arborist. They came out and made short work of it, and they didn't puncture any of the adjoining houses with the lawn, and that was a nice thing. And also, the minute I had a positive test on COVID, my first call is to Amita, and our friends at Amita, that didn't stick with shot me the medications that go whatever it is. And bottom line is, by Tuesday, I had no symptoms. By last Wednesday, Linda had no symptoms. And all of this stuff got taken care of. For that, I thank God.
And can you collect Jeff?
That's your $20 worth there, Bruce. Two things. I have 10 happy dollars. First of all, my oldest son, Jared, back to state. We like her, so that's good. And then also, during that safe storm, Bruce, we lost, I'm happy for this, but we lost power for 9 hours. And finally, the standby generator got the run. And ever since I put the standby generator in, we haven't lost any power. My neighbor says it's the best investment we ever made. How long until it kicked on? 9 hours. Oh, they just tried it. Then it ran for 9 hours. And I wasn't home. I was out of town. And just ran. Natural gas? Oh, yeah. So that was cool. Just as happy about that as my son getting engaged.
Wow. Yeah.
That's a little things in life. Who was the first one?
It was Bill. Any more happy dollars?
Jim Thompson, I'm delighted to be here. I am officially your assistant governor now, so yeah, I know. Thank you. That's the last time I was here. My daughter did get married on July 3rd. It was a successful wedding, so I am now no longer responsible for the last of my 3 daughters. And I'm not happy. It never ends. Yeah. You're right.
The grandkids are fun. Jim.
If you were at a July 12th meeting 19 years ago, you would have heard me acknowledge our wedding anniversary. And at that time, I said that Annie and I had celebrated 35 years of wedded bliss, which I thought was pretty good considering that we've been married for 40 years. Our 59th anniversary is coming up this Wednesday. I'm grateful for all the years this lovely young lady has put up with me. 59 hours.
Whoa!
Bill.
I got a happy Friday. I'm out of the house. Well, the meeting's been well for a month.
Anyone else? Rachel.
Okay, I am $5 happy because
I can get rid of some things. So this should have been an announcement, but perfect attendance awards are over here. If you want me to read the names off, I can. Otherwise, you can just go take a gander and pick your certificate up. And if you want the little, yeah, the doohickey thing that dangles off from your pen, just let me know. I can hook you up. And then also, if you were a director, if you are a director and you weren't at the installation dinner, I have a pin that says director on it for you. And then I'm also $5 happy because I celebrated a birthday this week and it was just a fun week with neighbors and family and friends. And I'm also including another $5 for nobody to sing to me. Okay? Okay?
Wow.
Nobody to sing to me.
Doesn't the president get to decide that?
Nope, $50
Wow.
total. Nobody just.
I don't know. It's usually 50 to get the no sing out.
Yeah.
Man. All right, Gene.
I have $2 happy. My daughter's performing at the Taste of Park Ridge this weekend. And then I have another 2 because Alan Gabe, I think I saw him like put a really big smile on for the first time today. What did you do? Fart?
Oh, man. Anybody else? Okay. Well, you know, Rachel started off, it is birthdays. Rachel's birthday was earlier this week, but we will defer because she already contributed and doesn't want us to sing. But you know what? In 2 days, it's Wes's birthday.
That's right, brother.
So how would you like us to celebrate?
By singing to Rachel. No, I'm serious. That's good, $10. Thank you.
Oh,
That's just how we raise more money. Wes.
that was pretty blessed. You know, I forgot during announcements, can we have Gene come up with his sponsor? Who was your sponsor?
I think it was Gail, but
All right,
Or Tom, go.
all right, Tom's gonna do it.
Are you kidding?
I am. Oh, you need the things.
So we're very happy to announce that Gene with a G is moving on from his red new member badge to his blue experienced member badge because he went through the whole rigmarole of visiting other groups, going to board meetings. Congratulations to Gene.
All right, it's time for the Queen of Hearts raffle. I'm gonna do this. All right, we'll see who the winner is today.
Chrissy.
You know what, just for that, I'm gonna shuffle. And I'm gonna shuffle again. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Tom.
John could never do the text.
Pat is not here, so.
Default to the lowest number, which is number 10. That's a negative. Jack of spades. Wah wah.
All right, enjoy your lunch.
Jack of spades. I took really good care of these, left them on the table. So they've been traveling with me. Oh, yeah. Yeah. My girl out there. Keep shaking.
You know what? Reach out to that person.
Yes, why I want them.
I was gonna say. No. We had one member.
Yeah, we were one member shy. Yeah. I don't think.
Oh, no, you're right. We have.
Will you read president?
December 24th. I had an emergency email, my daughter, she goes, I need my club president's permission and my parents' permission. I want to go horseback riding in Adriatic City for New Year's Eve. Since I'm the club president and I'm the dad, go for it. So I need a translator when I fixed it, because I write it up and then I translate it in French. I kept translating my name as a microphone. I'd say Mike, and it translates to a French term microphone. Untranslated. No.
Or dad.
Hey.
That's the final.
There's talk, we can get a Hall of Famer. Doing research, it's a 10 years numbers, most of the Hall of Fame quarterbacks numbers to change. They say that the 300
You're like, tell me something. I don't know, lady.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
We found out. We have,
Way back
It's like 12,000.
Well, I'm just gonna say, don't let that. I don't even know the details. Don't let you put everything. And if it happens, I'm like, yeah.
I mean, that's what. Roger's job. Come on. Yes. Well, I think.
Next place favorites.
Guess what? Yes.
Means we didn't get it right last week.
I see it. Yeah.
Yeah, we. We may. We have one person in our club. She's got one. Western World.
Our secret weapon.
It's for everyone. We get some ideas,
Good idea.
Wednesday morning.
Oh.
How much will make up? Why don't you do it when I do? No, I'm. Yeah.
All right.
All right, while you're still eating, we'll bring our illustrious, fun and frolic fine master, Alan Gaba.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's interesting, if you notice, he said, while you are still eating, we will bring up. Well, I was still eating too when he told me to come up here, so Brian, you can pay $2 for my food getting cold, even though it wasn't very good today. I need a couple of people to collect. Wes, why don't you collect? And Gene, why don't you collect? Since you're still here, I understand you're leaving early. So, Mr. President, and Madam Secretary, I'm looking around the room at the banners here, these beautiful professionally made banners by a company called Divine Sign. And I noticed that we have a banner, well, it was pointed out to me, so I must be honest, someone pointed it out to me, that we have this banner for the officers and directors in 21 and 22. Brian, are you listening to me?
Roger's job.
So, I, wear glasses, so I don't have the greatest eyesight, but where is the banner for the, officers and directors for 22 and
If
23?
we want to call Roger, we can. He's
Who?
in the Ozarks. Roger's in the Ozarks.
And it's Roger's responsibility?
Uh-huh.
Okay, fine.
Incoming secretary.
Okay, so Roger's not here, is he?
No, but I'll take the brunt. It's fine.
Okay, so, all the officers, who are the other officers, Rachel and, Brian, who are the other officers in the meeting today?
Well, here's the thing, they didn't include another officer last year with me, I didn't get up there. See,
Well, we'll get to that in a second. We'll get there. I can go to that. So all the officers who are current officers in the club will cover for Roger, pay $2 each. And then, of course, I will find Roger later. Wes also felt left out from last year. So, Tom, you were president last year, so why don't you contribute $2? Hey, Bill Kelly.
Yeah.
You introduced Marie by the wrong name.
I know.
Okay, so how much are you going to contribute to the club for that? You said.
No,
No, I don't know. That's why I asked
I'm
you.
gonna contribute $5.
Okay, sit down. So Marie, it's great having you back. For those of you who don't know Marie, she was a former member and had to leave because of work. She was an outstanding member of the club. We missed her dearly, glad to have her back, and she's gonna contribute $5 today in the honor of being back today, right? If you don't have a guest at your table, shame on you. So looking around the room, that just happens to be one table. I'm sorry about that, guys. If you have a visiting Rotarian at your table, pay $2 each. Because, I don't know why, just because. Bruce, that was a very well thought of, heartful, articulate, happy dollars you gave, but no one told us you were the program. So for being the program by mistake, that'll be another $2. Jeff Miller's son is getting engaged. Another person he's gonna kick out of his house, and you said that you like his fiance, correct?
Better than him.
Well, I understand because he's your son, but does she like you?
Oh, yeah, she does.
Are you sure?
She told me she did.
Okay, fine. How many people believe that his son's fiance likes him?
She liked pickleball, right, thank you.
Okay, so anybody who did not raise their hand, that's a shame. And you should all pay $2 because Jeff is a lovable, huggable person. Okay, Gene with a G. Last week, you made a comment about my hat. And you made a disparaging remark about my alma mater. And I was upset, but I wasn't the person who was most upset. So Wendy, would you stand up? Wendy is also an alum of Michigan State University. And how much do you think we should fine Gene for that disparaging remark last week? Another $5. Okay, anybody think Gene should pay more than the $5 from last week?
Wow.
Okay, so how much more should Gene pay?
Double.
Okay, double. Okay, and Gene, why don't you give Wendy $10 and then she can give it to the collectors? And I understand also that you're leaving early today.
Yes.
Did you buy a scooter button? That's all. Okay. So, okay, so I'm gonna divert from you for a minute to our president and Rachel. So evidently there are people in our club who don't know that if you leave a club meeting early, you have to buy a scooter button that costs $3. So Wes is gonna sell you a scooter button for $3. Thank you. So if you were late today, that'll be $2. Bonnie McCullough. Your husband got up and said some very nice things about the wonderful life he's had with you and how wonderful you are. And he gave 59 happy dollars.
60, really, I didn't get change.
Oh, okay. So, see, Jeff and I think like we don't get change. We have a $5 fine to give $10. Thank you very much. But Bonnie, you didn't say anything nice about Jim about your anniversary.
You're out of money.
Yeah, okay, next week we'll talk about it. So why don't you give Wes $2 while he's standing over your left shoulder? And take your own money and don't get money from Jim. I know how that works. So if you're talking during the fun and follow like Linda Dresser, you'll contribute $2. If you signed up to go to the event tomorrow and you were not attending, that'll be $5. Who's doing the buzz today? I'm sorry. Gene, you know, everything's a pass for you unless I specifically find you, because that's what the buzzers people do. So if you signed up and I'm going, that's $5. And if, let me see, and Tom, I find you midnight for something?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Anybody in this room I missed? Everybody stay safe and dry and have a safe weekend. Hope to see you tomorrow. And congratulations, Jeff, for your son. And everybody else, take care.
Whatever.
He didn't give you a color.
Easy now. I was gonna suggest that it's $1 for every big time. In the last 10 years. How much money
Oh, right here. In the envelope it says fund balance.
What's that? Nothing to do with funds.
Okay, so I'd like to introduce our speakers for today. You know, I didn't realize that there were actually homeless people in the Schaumburg area. And I was introduced to this group called Realtors Against Homelessness. So we have Maureen Brand and Sue Gold.
Too bad none of you have any fun here. It's really been so depressing already today, yeah. I'm Maureen Brand, this is Sue Gold. She's gonna give you a little history on us.
Gold like Robbie, although he mispronounces it. You know, he calls it gold. Anyway. I've got $10 here for your club because my brother's turning 80 years old at the end of this month. I'll let him know that I didn't spend money on his birthday present. I gave it to Rotary, but thank you. He's a retired high school head baseball coach at Percy High School. So he's been involved in the community for a long time, all the communities. Have you ever become aware of a problem that you didn't know existed? You know, you go down for breakfast in the morning and you open the paper and it says, more hurricanes will occur in 2022. Right. Maybe more hurricanes, okay. Well, I can't do anything about that. Or water shortages out west due to lack of snow. Okay, that makes sense, but I can't do anything about that. How about over 240 teenagers in District 211 are homeless? What? Homeless? What's the definition of homeless, by the way? They're identified as an individual or family who lacks a fixed, regular, adequate nighttime residence. So it's a broad umbrella that they're under. And it includes people who are temporarily without a home, maybe they got evicted, they haven't found another place, maybe they're camping out on grandma's couch, maybe a friend is letting them sleep in the family room, to people who are in even more dire straits where they don't even have enough money or credit score to rent something. So it is, again, it's a wide range of people. And we're talking about teenagers in District 211. Let's face it, Schaumburg, Huffman Estates, Palatine, fairly affluent area. You don't think about homelessness striking these kids. But when it strikes a teenager, it also strikes the younger siblings too, and the parents. So while we're addressing the problem in District 211, we're actually trying to help the entire family. When Dr. Nancy Robb, the superintendent of District 211, came to one of our founding members in 2011 and said, hey, is there anything that the realtors could do to help our homeless students? Oh, wait, homeless students? What homeless students? We started thinking about it. We go into houses a lot. In fact, in 2011, there were a lot of foreclosures and evictions and things like that. And we would see where they had packed up everything they could and put it in their cars. And what they left behind were usually the kids' toys. They didn't have room for the Hot Wheel thing or the little trike or whatever. And it's heartbreaking when you see that. I mean, the kids love those and play with them. And it obviously, affects the parents if they can't take everything that the kid wants to take. So we decided we would see what we could do to help them. Well, 10 agents who really didn't know each other that well and represented 8 different real estate companies. So think about that. We're not all, one
company. We're what we call friendly competitors. We're sitting at the table right now, Linda and Maureen and I, talking about new listings and houses that are coming up, and we're sharing all that information. And, you know, we tend to share a lot, but the friendly competition, I think, kind of keeps us going. I have a feeling that I'm right now in a room full of problem solvers. I can look around and I see that there are a lot of experienced people here in the business world and in their personal lives where they come across a problem and they figure out a way to solve that problem. Homelessness is not something that gets solved quickly or easily because it's long lasting. However, what we can do is find out what's needed and try to address that. For instance, weekends. Many families don't have any food to eat on the weekends. The kids get breakfast and lunch at school. Dinner might be a bowl of cereal or something. But on Friday afternoon, the mom and dad or whoever is the adult in the family is looking at the pantry and it's pretty bare. So come along, blessings in a backpack. The kids pick up a backpack full of non-perishable foods on Friday afternoon. It's a nondescript backpack, looks like everybody else's. They take it home for the weekend, they bring it back Monday morning to get a refit. And nobody knows that that kid doesn't have food for the weekend. Teenagers are sensitive that way, and teenagers are sensitive to not having the right jeans or the right shoes, much less some that fit. And if you've ever raised a teenager, and I've raised two of them, they grow overnight, I swear. They fit into a pair of jeans on Friday, and on Monday, they don't fit into those jeans anymore. It's like, what happened? It's very difficult. Also, winter clothes. What do we do about that? Well, luckily, sometimes we get vouchers. For instance, the Willow Creek Church has a really good resale shop, and they will give us vouchers, or give the social workers vouchers, so the kids can come over and get a winter coat or a pair of shoes or socks or underwear or anything like that. Wi-Fi, all the kids are given a laptop. Isn't that wonderful? Well, I noticed at the beginning of the pandemic, there were all these District 15, all these District 15 school buses driving around. I'm thinking, why are the school buses out? The kids aren't in school. Well, then I looked into it a little further. It turns out that they were driving the school bus and parking it in different neighborhoods all over town and making it a temporary Wi-Fi connection so that the kids could get on their laptop and have a Wi-Fi. I thought, now somebody was thinking about that. Probably a very minimal cost. The school bus sat there all day. They go pick it back up in the afternoon, but the kids could work on their laptops because of that at home. And that was a great idea. District 211, of course, has a foundation. It's a 501c3. And since 2011, Realtors Against Homelessness have donated about $300,000 to the foundation for the use of the kids. And sometimes there's problems out there that you didn't even think about. I mean, like, who knew that millions of people have trouble getting the last few drops out of the bottle? And isn't that frustrating when you've got a bottle of intensive care and there's 2 inches on the bottom that you can't pump out? So somebody came along and invented a bottle emptying caps. This box has 6 of them in it and costs $25. Everybody on the Christmas list got a stocking stuffer this year. And it's probably one of the most useful things you could think of. But solving a problem a lot of people knew about maybe because they had that probably turned into a bottle and a bottle and you're trying to get all the stuff out. This is a real easy way to solve that problem. And so sometimes it's the simple things that really make a difference. Maureen's going to talk to you for a minute about the golf outing that we're having. And guess what? It's right here on September 19th. Yeah, Schaumburg Golf Club and Chandler's. We're doing a shotgun start at 10:30 in the morning, having a pig roast in the afternoon. We hope that all of you will join us. In the meantime, we also have sponsorships and actual donations you can give. You're going to do a basket or something like that. And then also the golf sponsorships, hole in one and all of that. So all of that information you'll be getting a notebook. He's passing that around. And, we're asking that you consider joining us on September 19th, which is a Monday. I always feel that all of you are busy. Obviously, you all want to get out of here pretty quickly. If you want something done, ask a busy person. Why? Because they're prioritized. I got to get this done today so I can do that tomorrow. And And that's the way Ra has been. We try to tackle the problem and take care of the problem. And it's a never ending problem. I wish we could say, oh, these kids are all going to graduate in a couple of years and it won't be a problem. There'll still be a problem. Maureen.
There'll still be a problem. We thought when the market was getting better, the problem might go away, but it's really gotten worse and it's not really getting any better. And only Sue would be able to put an analogy between emptying a bottle of intensive care and the homeless kids, but she did it. I do want to tell you one story. In 2011, all the way up until COVID hit, we had an auction many times here at Chandler's downstairs in the ballroom, and a couple other locations, but we've done a live auction and silent auctions, and people have donated baskets and $100 baskets, and they're beautiful. And even, you know, condos, a week at somebody's condo or a summer home or up in Wisconsin, or a golf outing or tickets to a Bears game, all those beautiful things. And they've all brought in money. And because they came from individuals, there wasn't anything out of pocket. Everything was profit. And so we were able to raise this kind of money for the kids. There is no other organization except for us that raises money for the homeless kids, and it's a problem. There are 5 high schools with 211 and 2 academies. So there's really 7 different schools, and you know, that's a lot of kids. But I want to mention Alan Gabe. So it was nice to see him today. It was really, really nice. He saved us. It was the first or second year, I can't remember. We had an auction, we were doing our live auction, and we needed a little MC guy, right? So we hired an auctioneer whose name was Alan. Is that right? Okay, so Alan is supposed to come, and we're all at the event. It's one of our first ones. We're all a little green at doing this, and we get a call that he has heart trouble and he's not coming. Alan Gabe comes to the rescue, didn't even have to change the name on the program. And he was our auctioneer that year. It was just a blessing in disguise. And so for your goodness that you have in you, that would be $2. We've always had the auction. It's our first golf outing. So we are a little green at running the golf outing, but we have lots of helpers, and it will be here, and it'll be on September 19th. And if you play or you don't play, please come in the afternoon or bring friends or tell your business associates. It's all so local, you guys. In that folder that you have is a few testimonies. They're either from the social workers. We don't have hands-on with the kids. We deal with the foundation, and then the foundation gets the money to the social workers, and the social workers from each school, every school has a social worker. They get the money to the kids and they know where it goes. So the first time we met the social workers, because I think the first year we didn't have them, and then the second year the school let them come to the event, and all they could do was come and give us hugs. And they were the givers. I mean, they were the ones that take care of these kids, but they couldn't believe that we were doing such a great thing and raising this money. And they had all these stories to tell, and so we typed a few out for you to read. But you know, living in their cars, and where they put kids with friends, and mom might go with a friend, but dad's in the car, and we were able to help that. One year, Dr. Cates, he's the former superintendent of 211. He came up to us at one of our events, and he said, last night there was an apartment fire in Rolling Meadows, and these guys are all out. Is it okay to use the funds? We're like, use the funds, whatever there is here. Like all of us on the committee, we're just pouring out money, whatever they need. We have always been there, and we will continue to be there. We can't let it go. So also in the folder, I don't want to talk too long, but there is a chance for sponsorships. And again, you guys, if it's not you, maybe you know somebody who has fair tickets, or they have a summer home or something that maybe they give up a week, and you know, it'll raise some good money. Those are good live auction items or silent. So that's what's going to happen in the afternoon of the golf outing. Golfing in the morning, a great cocktail hour between 3:30 and 4:30. We're hoping to get, it's a young boy at Fremd High School who plays the violin. The violin, but he doesn't play the violin like Yanni plays the violin. He plays it like hip hop, and it's crazy. He's got a video out, and so we're trying to get him to do the little cocktail hour. We already okayed the fact that people will be drinking, and it's okay, he's there. We've cleared that with Chandler's, but you know, we're trying to do fun stuff like that. And then they're going to have a full pig roast down in the banquet hall, and then we're going to do the silent auction and live auction then too, and the golf prizes, of course. And for all you golfers or anybody that you know, it's a great cause. So we'll have more on the website later, and that's all here, just raw211.com. Right now, all of the sales save the date, so we should get that up and running about another week or so. And then some more details, and then if you would like to contribute. So I would like to mention that Jean and Linda Dresser are absolutely have never missed. I don't think you've ever missed in all the years since 2011. And so, Linda, would you say maybe a little something about the outings?
Well, much like when we, have our big fundraiser, that's what this is for the kids. And it's just amazing to see a community come together, a diverse community come together to do that, to give that support. We've usually had it here, like an evening style. So this is our first golf outing, first golf
yeah.
outing. Usually it's like a band and a banquet or an artist, and then the artist, the piece of art gets auctioned off. But it's really a great time for everybody. It fills your heart to know what's going on and to see the goodness being done there by this group of volunteers that are just running this organization for our community. So thank you, ladies, for what you do.
Well, thank you, and Jean and Alan, for all of your support. And mostly we just need to bring in awareness. So if nothing else, please tell others that this is a situation. It's just, and a lot of people just don't know. Like Sue said, people think we're in an affluent area, and for the most part, it's not bad, but who knew, right? So, yeah, but thank you guys so much for having us today. This was a treat on our part. Thank you.
That you estimate the number of homeless teens in
There are-
2011?
Yeah, there are approximately 240 students
About
each year
240 kids right
spread
now.
out over the 5 high schools and the 2 alternative schools, which are of course much smaller. But it fluctuates a little bit, and sometimes you'll get multiple kids from one family. But the number that District 211 kind of looks at is 240.
And those are the numbers they know.
Could be twice that.
So like in the summertime, they don't even know, because in the, and I think they're doing away with the free breakfast.
I haven't heard that, but they
Maybe,
They
I
were-
don't know, but they were doing free breakfast.
First
So it
free
was one
breakfast.
way for them to identify some of the kids that needed more help and, things, but those are the ones we know. Yeah. Alan.
Just so you know, our club is a big supporter of Prayers in a Backpack. We got involved with this a number of years ago. So we're very involved and understand. We also have give lunch to some of the schools in the district. But one of the questions that was brought up at our table, do you know what the cost of the golf outing is going to be? per person?
Yes, I think it's gonna be $150 per person. And that's for all the games we're gonna have, I think, 2, one hole-in-one, $10,000 winner, and a putting contest, $10,000 winner. And also, and then the cocktail hour, and then the pig roast, and there'll be kind of a continental breakfast in the morning too. And we need a sponsor though for lunch, so it's $12.95 downstairs at the, halfway house, for hot dog or a brat or a sandwich and a beer and a chips and, that sort of thing. So we're trying to find a couple of people. It totals about, I think we said 1,600 or 1,700. So we're gonna try to find a couple of people that might sponsor some lunch tickets and things like that too. So anything can be split up, divided, whatever. We would appreciate anything. you guys
There's
want to do.
26 opportunities
Yeah.
with golf sponsorships. And then there's unlimited sponsorships for other things, not necessarily golf related. And also hard donations like a basket of wine or, something like that.
All of
Or
it.
tickets to
Great.
Ravinia, whatever.
Question.
Thank you for the great work you've done.
Thank you.
I have a question.
40 students here in this area just kind of breaks all of our hearts.
Yeah.
Could you, it sounds like you have a wonderful affiliation with the 211 Foundation and focusing on the food and housing insecurity among all of our students. And I love the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, is that a great thing? Somebody was really thinking.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the affiliation between Realtors Against Homelessness and the 211 Foundation? It's like a great partnership.
It's a great partnership. So Cindy Ike, who was part of our committee, now she's like behind the scenes a little bit, but she was on the foundation. She's a mom, put her 4 kids through 211. And Cindy was on the foundation and a realtor, and the subject had come up. And so Cindy thought maybe we could be part of the solution to this because there was no other anything bringing in that money. So Cindy started to randomly call people that she felt might be good in this. And we didn't know each other. We knew each other's names, but we really didn't know each other. And so she brought 10 of us together and we meet every month and we started to do this. And the very first one started like in September. So Cindy had that affiliation with the foundation and now we all do. And they're just, no, go ahead.
One kind of funny thing is that when we first started, we thought, well, how much can we raise? And, you know, somebody said, well, let's see if we do this and this, we can earn $8,000 or something. And one of the members said, you're gonna do all this work for $8,000? He says, let's not do the work and I'll just give you a check. I said, well, wait a minute, no. So we kind of expanded our horizons and said, yeah, let's really look at this big picture. $8,000 is not gonna go far with these kids. We need $80,000 or $180,000. So it kind of got started off, you know, slowly, but then it was like, boom, let's do it the right way. And like I said, ask a busy person. And if you happen to be a realtor or know a realtor, or if you're really lucky and you're married to a realtor, you know how busy we could get, especially in this month. Any other questions?
thank you all so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon.
Avast me hearties. Not only is September 19th a great day for a golf outing, but it has to be talked like a pirate day. Arr!
My family is a 4th generation Palatine family.
Oh, there you go.
My grandmother, my dad, my brother, sister, and my kids all went to Palatine High School.
Been losing to Hoffman for years.
All pirates.
So next week, we have a foundation board meeting at 11 a.m. here. Of course, the foundation board should show up, but everybody is welcome for that board meeting if you have some time on your hand. And then our speakers next week is Claire and Sarah for Children's Miracle Network. Can we all stand? I know it's been a while. Jeff, can you do the 4-way test?
Sure. The 4-way test. First.
Is it true? Is it fair to all concerned? Will the bill goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Have a great week. Arr.